welcome back to another video. My name is Brooklyn and today's video is going to be my April TBR. We had a good reading month in April. I read a few books for some friend projects and I read a few books for read-alongs, and all around I just had like a really great time, and I'm really excited to share with you what I read and what all my thoughts were. So let's get into it. The first two books I read for the month were in the Madison Kate series, and these were books 2 and 3, Liar and Fake, and I enjoyed these books. I gave them both 4 stars, and I read Hate, the first book in this series, for my Trusting Crystal reading vlog, and if you haven't seen that, I'll link that down below. But I enjoyed that book. I had a great time, and I thought I have to continue with the series, especially because the first book left off on a massive cliffhanger, so I really wanted to continue with it, and I did, and haven't read any since this. I'm not sure if I'm going to. It's really not a priority at the moment, but I did have a good time. They're really fun audiobooks, and even though the characters can be quite annoying sometimes, it's still like a good premise, and yeah, I really did enjoy reading them and listening to them at the same time. Then the monster of a book I completed mostly in March, finishing it in April, and that is Kingdom of Ash. This is the last book in the Throne of Glass series, if you have been living under a rock. But this book was amazing. 5 out of 5 stars. I do have a vlog. It might already be up. I'm not sure how I'm ordering these videos, but if it is up, I'll link it down below, and if not, look out for this vlog. It's non-spoiler. I don't want to spoil anyone. I want to convince people to read this series, and this book was the best conclusion to a series I have ever read, and it just fortified the fact that this series is my favorite probably ever. I just had the best time. It wrapped up so well. Each character had such a massive part in this, and it was just the most emotional book I think I've ever read. I was crying, I was laughing, I was laugh crying, and you can see all that in my vlog because I really go into detail with it. But yeah, and I annotated it, and I had such a good time because I read it mostly on my Kindle because this book is massive physically, and I just didn't want to carry this around and ruin the book, even though it is already ruined. But I read most of it on my Kindle and annotated it on there so I could annotate it physically, and then yeah, when I finished I went and did all my annotations and basically reread the book again. So lots of feelings, lots of thoughts. Basically read this book twice this month, but yeah, I loved it so much and I can't stop yapping about it pretty much. But yeah, you need to read Throne of Glass if you do anything. Then I read The Dry by Jane Harper, and this was another book I read for Crystal's video, and I did not enjoy this book that much. I ended up giving it 3 stars. It just wasn't for me, and I explained this so much more in my video, my vlog collaboration. I had a good time reading it. It had a good storyline. It followed more of a thriller genre, I would say, and I'm just not interested in thrillers and mysteries. It really encapsulated the Australian rural areas, I would say, very well, and farming areas. Yeah, I just had issues with the audiobook because they had an Australian accent, and I tell you in this vlog how much I hate that. I don't know why, I just do. But yeah, I did not have a good time with that, but I read that as well, and yeah, gave it 3 stars. Then I had a bit better of a time because I read Wildfire by Hannah Grace for another video I did with Sarah, and I'll link that video down below and her channel as well because she's awesome. And I also read Daisy Hates, which is the second book in the Magnolia Parks series. Both of these books I gave 4 stars. I had such a good time reading both. This one, I think it was such a great companion novel to Icebreaker. I did enjoy Icebreaker when I read it, and this one just followed 2 characters that I really enjoyed their story and their history, and also Russ, which is the main male character in this one. He was just such an interesting male protagonist, and not someone his personality was a lot different to the men I usually enjoy in books, so it's kind of nice to have a nice guy for once. Like, he wasn't really golden retriever though, I would say. I don't know, but he wasn't golden retriever, but he had a past to him, but really like kept to himself, had his own insecurities, and it was really nice seeing that shared in such like an important way. And then Aurora's character was just really fun, and she just liked to have a good time, and also the setting of this being in like a camp, it was really cool and different and nice that it wasn't just ice hockey. Like, there wasn't really any ice hockey in this one, which I actually quite enjoyed. I didn't really go into that thinking that it was going to be ice hockey. I kind of just assumed it would be, but yeah, I had a good time and it was fun. And then Daisy Hates, this was a really good sequel. It basically follows Daisy's character mostly at the same time as Magnolia's book, so everything that's going on with Magnolia and BJ and the rest of them, it kind of follows what's happening with Daisy's family and Daisy's interesting love life as well. And there was like a little bit of an extension of that, and then there was like a little bit of Magnolia's point of view as well. I did really enjoy this. It was really nice to get to know Daisy a little bit more, because she seemed really cool in Magnolia's book. Magnolia didn't really know what to think of her, I think, but yeah, it was nice to follow someone different from Magnolia, because she is like a lot and so is Daisy. Like, they both have interesting personalities, and I think it does come with like the socialite aspect of these books, because it's giving Gossip Girl, you know. But yeah, her and Christian's relationship was also interesting, and it was really cool to see Christian's relationships with Daisy and Magnolia from Daisy's perspective, and Christian's perspective was also showcased in this, which I really did enjoy. And also Daisy's brother, Jordan, is that right? I can't remember now. Julian, so close. Yeah, so definitely going to continue with this series. Definitely love these covers. It just like hurts my brain to look at though. But I have all the rest up there, and I just need to get to them as soon as I can because I'm obsessed. Then I picked up an audiobook called No One Leaves the Castle by Christopher Healy. I saw Leandra reading this quite a little while ago, and I thought this was such a cool premise. Like, it is quite middle grade, and I don't often read that anymore, which I just wanted something really light and that wasn't going to hurt my brain and just was fun. And this definitely was that. I had such a good time with these characters. It just follows such a cool story, and I don't want to spoil it to you because I don't know, there wasn't like that much of it, so just go into it, have fun, and yeah, enjoy the premise. I loved like the singing in this as well. There was like rhyming, and I don't know, it was just a fun time. And I think I gave this one 4 stars too, because yeah, it was just like a cozy fantasy kind of vibe, which I guess is what middle grade fantasy can be like. But yeah, I just had such a good time, and I'm glad that Leandra read this and that I read it because of her. And the last book I read in April was Flawless by Elsie Silver, and I'm so glad that I read this. This is now one of my favorite romance books of all time. I read this for the Chestnut Springs-a-thon read along that's happening, created by Claire, and Brittany and Leandra are co-hosting with her, and I'm so excited to read the rest of the series because this book was incredible. I didn't know I wanted to go find myself a bull rider, sorry Owen, until now. I just had such a good time in this book. This was just so much fun, and I loved literally everything about it. I have a vlog coming out for this as well. That won't be out for a little while, I think. I don't know, but it's coming. I'll have a vlog for all of these books. This was 5 stars, so easily 5 stars, and I just had the best time. I love this book, and I really want everyone to read it. And if you're not joining the read along, you need to, because it's so much fun, and you definitely have time to catch up because this book was so quick to read. So yeah, I read that. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you saw some books that you're kind of interested in, or heard about some videos that I have coming out or are already up that you would like to go watch, because I would really appreciate that. But if not, I hope you have a lovely day, and if you're not already, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!